I was teaching fearless writing once, a bunch of years ago, and one of the students talked about how he's having trouble writing frequently. And I said, "What do you need really to write more often?" He said, "Well, I need a place where I can write, a place where I can feel at peace, where I can feel calm." I said, "What kind of place?" He said, "Well, I've been to the beach, and there's this one beach I've been to, and it's so beautiful. And if I could just be there regularly, if I could sit in one of these cabins that look out over the ocean with the sun coming through the window on my face and a cup of tea and seeing the water and hearing the surf rolling over the sand, if I could have that every day and just sit there in that peace, I know I could write. I know I could do it." And I listened to him and I said, "You already have it." He said, "What do you mean?" And I said, "Well, you just described it to us all. You just pictured it in your mind and you described it vividly to us. We could all see it." And of course, that's the way writing works, isn't it? In order to describe something, you have to be able to see it in your mind's eyes if it's real. But more importantly, feel it as if you're there because you're trying to evoke the feeling of peace that sitting in that cabin looking out over the water gives you. You have to be able to feel it, to describe it vividly. And he had, sitting there in that workshop room, talking to all of us. The peace he wanted, he could access himself right then to describe it. And this is true of all of you and all of us. If you're a writer, you do this on the regular, don't you? You access the feeling that your story needs in order to describe it, in order to render it. And writing has taught me one thing, that the only thing I really care about is how I feel. That's the only thing my audience really cares about. You know, this is craft 101 in a way. Don't describe the fact that it's raining. What does it feel like when it's raining? That's the real question. Happy, sad, overjoyed? Is it relief? Is it despair? There's all kinds of reactions. The only thing our characters really care about is how they feel. The only thing our reader really cares about is how they feel. And the only thing you care about is how you feel. You want to feel good, you never want to feel bad. And all the results we only want them because of how we believe they will leave us feeling. But this student in that class that day taught us all, reminded us all, that how we want to feel is always available to us. Yes, maybe it would be easier for him to feel that sense of peace sitting in the cabin looking out over the water. Sure, I understand that. But just because it's easier, just because it's a little harder to access it there in his office, maybe in his house, with the kids making noise and with the bills that are unpaid, maybe it's a little harder, but it's not impossible. It's still available. And you have to know that about yourself. Let your work be an expression of what you value most, the feeling you value most about life. What you want as a feeling is always available to you. And your creative work is an expression of it. It doesn't bring it to you, it doesn't give it to you. It comes through you because it's always inside of you if you know how to look for it. That's true. Yes, it is. Hey, thanks for tuning in. As always, if you like it, subscribe. You don't want to miss, do you? No, you don't. You don't want to miss anything. And if you like it, say so. I want to hear from you. So until next week, this is Bill Kenower. Stay fearless.